What's up guys, welcome back. Another video on the budget Evo build. So far so good with the build. Made 64 kilowatts on the dyno yesterday. It's the first time I've put an NA car on the dyno and it's pretty friggin' hilarious. I didn't really explain to you guys though the power figure that we're aiming for with this car. So 64 kilowatts, we want to double that pretty much, at least double that. We had a quick look at the AFR ratios on the dyno, and it's pretty rich for an NA car, but that's how they run them on the Lancers, especially because they're tuned for the worst fuel in the world. So that will be like 91 or less octane, and at the moment in the car I think it's got 95 and 98. So our fuel here in Australia is pretty good, and so it runs pretty rich. So there's a lot of room for improvement on the car. Also, it's completely stock. So stock headers, stock air intake, stock everything, right? So even NA, you could get more power out of it just by doing probably different headers and exhaust and intake, and you'd see some more power. So I am going for a minimum of 140 kilowatts, which would be nice. I think we could probably do more than that. It's 1.8 litre. You know, it's got a little bit of capacity there. So we'll see how we go. So that's the goal anyway. We'll see how it goes. Waiting for all the turbo stuff to turn up still. Can't wait, but that's probably going to be early next week because all the shipping and stuff's kind of delayed with everything that's going on at the moment. So this morning I took a drive. It's a beautiful day. I picked up some bucket seats and a steering wheel for the car, which is freaking awesome. But while we're driving, I thought we'd do a quick calculation on everything that we've kind of spent so far on the car, on the budget Evo build. So, car cost $1,000. Tick that off, right? Wheels, $1,000 plus drilling and the offset change. So that's $1,200 for the wheels. Tires, we're about to go buy some brand new tires right now. They're going to be about 60 bucks each. So that is $240 for the tires. Put that here. Bucket seats, $400. Steering wheel, $100. So far the total tally is, I don't actually know because I'm not going to add that up, but it's here on the screen right here. Now of course next week obviously all the turbo stuff is going to turn up, so we'll add up again how much all that stuff costs. The amazing people at Max Bedding Rods have come on board for the build, so they've actually sent all of the product out for the turbo installation for free, but we'll still add that up in the total cost of the car because we want to know, is this actually a budget Evo build, or are we going to end up spending, you know, the same amount as an actual Evo on this car once it's all said and done. So yeah, so far though I think the price for what it is, not bad. Anyway, right now we're heading to the factory. We're going to suss out these new seats and get into the day of working on the budget Evo. You. Cool, so we're back at the factory. I'm going to show you guys these seats that I've got my hands on. They're pretty funny. For real though, they're actually quite nice, but I have no idea what brand Piranha is. That same style as Evo seats, which is what I was going for, but they're like brand new. Dude, I picked him up off, I should have filmed. He had a real sick MX-5, his name's Hayden, so shout out Hayden, he's a good dude. I also got myself a Momo steering wheel, which I wasn't planning on, but he had for sale, which I didn't realise. So that's there, genuine, seems, which is sweet. So that kind of goes with the whole theme. I want a Momo steering wheel for the Evo style car, which is rad. And I also bought all the brand new tyres, which are over here. So we're going 225 like we said in the last video, just to get a little stretch on it. And also I know I said in the last video that we had to throw spacers on the back just because the wheel hit the rear trailing arm. Well, instead of doing that, I was on the phone to him and he said, why don't you notch out the rear trailing arm and then just reinforce it? That way you don't have to run the spacer and we won't get more poke, because we already have to pump the guards to make sure that the wheels sit under the guards. So that's probably what we're going to do, which is sweet. But also what I bought, man, I've just been freaking forking out money today, I'm pretty much broke, is the front bumper for this car, because this is not going to cut it. So I ordered, I searched and searched and searched, and believe it or not, it was really hard to find a front bumper, an Evo front bumper for this car. I thought that there'd be heaps of copy parts around everywhere. Not the case. So I found a joint here, again thank you Woz for pointing this out, that makes the custom front bumpers out of molds that they have. gave him a call, and so I paid for it. It was like 600 bucks, fully custom, front bumper, fiberglass for this car. So we'll have that in about 5 days, which is very cool because that was kind of the last piece of the puzzle that I needed to have this car looking like an Evo, which is the whole point. So not sure just yet what we're going to do about the bonnet, but today we will get rid of these freaking weird parts. Don't know about the black part in the middle, we'll see how it goes. One of you guys did suggest in the comments last video that we paint match that and leave it on and actually cut the hole in the bottom of the bonnet so that it's functional as a bonnet scoop. That way when this is turbo, probably next week, it actually can dissipate the heat out the bonnet, which isn't a bad idea, but it's more just the way it looks. From what I can see, if we do keep this, it needs to come forward on the bonnet because it's, for some reason, it's just too far back. It looks kind of weird to me, and the Evo bonnets have them sitting kind of more forward, so that's something that we have to suss out. But today we're just going to be focusing on getting the wheels and tyres on all properly. We're going to put the new door on, which is rad. We're going to try and fit the seats, see kind of how they're going to work out. First things first though, we need to get this freaking texture. We need to go ahead and get rid of that writing on the seats, or at least black it out. So that piranha, what is piranha? Come on, man. Yeah, that's better. Instantly fixes the problem, man. Yeah, that's gonna be heaps better. Sweet as. Alright, let's get to it. First things first, we'll fit them wheels and tyres. Dan's just out here detailing this beautiful E36. Detailing by Dan. If you need any cars detailed here in Melbourne, hit him up. This thing is dope. Super clean. Not my car, by the way. It's a friend's car. We just helped them out building it, but E36s are getting more expensive, and this thing is super clean. Manual, 323, 6-cylinder. Love it.
Fuck me.
Did you get scared, mate?
I was like something just blew up.
I got impatient. I had to do that. Look at that, much better. What a nugget. So there is the 225/45 tyre on the 17 by 9.5 inch rim. As you can see, this a little bit more stretch. So here's the 235. So it's just a bit chunkier on the sidewall, but I don't want too much stretch. So that's 225. Here's a 215 on the exact same rim. As you can see, a lot of stretch there, which is what we wanted on the rotary car, but not so much on this car, just because it's going to be a street car and you want to keep it, you know, you want to keep it somewhat legal, I guess. But yeah, looks rad. Happy with that. So I'm gonna go ahead, chuck the rest on, and we'll fit them to the car. Yeah, sweet as. That's done. That is a nice tyre size now. Easily we can flare those guards quite nicely and get the wheel under the guard, so that's pretty sweet. Now what we're going to do is remove this door. It's kind of one of those annoying jobs, and so instead of waiting ages, I'm going to bite the head off the frog, so to speak, and we're going to get it done. That's a saying, bite the head off the frog. It's like doing the job that you least want to do first to get it out of the way. I'm not old. It's just a thing. It's a thing people say. We actually have to take this front guard off to get this door off. So yeah, let's get it done. I'm not looking forward to it at all. Look who arrived. Give it a rev. Bloody hell, girl. You like it?
Get Bay SpongeBob. I just say Bay. I hate myself.
What are you doing? Whoa, no dent. I'm so happy. By the way, I'm gonna be real with you guys. That's the first job I've ever done on a car where every bolt was taken off and put back on perfectly in the exact same spot, and I wasn't left with any bolts left over, so that's good. It only took me like, how many years have I been working on cars for? 18 years. I've been working on cars for 18 years.
That's some of the age of people watching your
What
channel.
the hell? How does that work? Yeah, since I was 15. Oh god. Tyra's car is clean. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job.
It's just for all of you subscribers, you know, you're really keeping me going. They're at home. Motivation to get that done. Thank you.
You talk so much shit.
Yeah, I do.
Man, this thing's cool. Anyway, sorry, this is the car we're concentrating on. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. Look how good it is. This car is literally 50%. Don't put that back on. Take that off.
Oh, a little gill.
50.
I think it's quite stylish, actually.
Yeah, you guys need to leave. Nope.
Oh.
In the bin. How many percent better would you say this car is, Daniel, since it's arrived at here? How many percent better do you think this car is now that it's here? And like since it arrived to what it is now?
At least 6%.
I know, okay, I was gonna say 50%, but yeah, very tough judge. Awesome. Very happy. Next up, we're gonna put in the piranha seats. The piranha. Piranha. So we're gonna put the piranha seats in. No idea how we're gonna do it. First things first. Look at this, by the way. Tidy. So good. We're gonna rip the passenger seat out and kind of see what's going on with the rails and see if we can make them work on the piranha seats. So yeah, sick. Let's get it done. Time to come out. So this makes my life super easy. Shout out Mitsubishi. They just bolt to the bottom of the seats, like aftermarket seat rails. How good's that? So you just unbolt the seat, bolt the new one up. Hopefully it all works as well as that, but that's pretty sweet. Let's give it a go. Hell yeah. Quick test fit of our piranha seats. It's not actually on the rail yet, by the way, it's just sitting on top of the rail. And if I fit it as it is now, it's just too high. Because with any type of bucket seat or any car, like, you want it to sit like super low when you get in. So I think we're gonna we need to make some modifications to that rail before we go ahead and actually bolt this seat in, you know, and do it all properly. So we'll pull it all back out. I'm just gonna suss it out. So here's the bottom of the seats as I got them. So they've already had plates welded in, which is all good. That's just surface rust. I'll clean that off. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is cut those plates off and see how there's heaps of room here to go up. Lower them or raise them, whatever you wanna say, so that they go further in. And then we'll weld them back up. And then it should be a whole lot better, a bit lower. That seat's way too high. But they're gonna fit, which is cool, on the stock rails. Super nice. A bit of a tidy up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. So fast forward many hours and this seat install has absolutely kicked my ass. But I'm finally at a spot where I think I'm happy with the fitment of the seat. Trying to get it low, so freaking difficult, man. But the rails are tacked on now to the point where I'm happy with them. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the welding, and then we can throw the passenger seat in. Literally, we're only gonna get the passenger seat done tonight because it's already laid out and I have to go upstairs and edit this vlog so that I can get it out for you guys. I'm exhausted. Massive respect to anyone who does daily vlogging because this is crazy, man. The work rate and the output is just massive, but let's get the seat welded and get it in. I mean, we have done a lot today. Nice fresh door. It's gonna have a bucket seat in it, singular. We'll finish the other one tomorrow. Sick. All right, let's get it done. Oh my god, All right, the seat's done, it's in, and I hate it. I don't like these seats at all. So, yep, gonna be pulling them out, and I'll put them up on the shelf, and we'll find some other seats for this car, because I'm just not stoked on them. They're not nice to sit in. They sit too high. Just not cool. So sometimes these things happen when you build cars. You kind of a couple steps forward, one step back. Actually, I just changed my mind. The seats aren't so bad. I just need to relax a little bit. I had another sit in them just then. Everything works good, so maybe they will do. Maybe they'll stay. We'll see. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video where we carry on doing something with this nugget. I'm not quite sure yet. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button if you're enjoying. Cheers, guys. Peace.